Hey, loves. Heidi Dallaire, emotional health and empowerment coach, coming to you today, talking about how to build self worth. Okay. Self love, self worth. That's something that comes from within. And oftentimes it's low because our self worth has been threatened. Okay. Now, how does that happen? That happens because we've experienced something in childhood, or we've had a little or large trauma somewhere in life, or some certain event is causing our self worth to be questioned. We're wondering, am I enough? Why did this happen to me? Okay, let's take the example of this happens a lot on my social media. A post will go out and it'll be about, let's say, someone has done you wrong, right? They've done you wrong. It's usually a romantic relationship in some way, or somebody has treated you poorly, or someone you trusted betrayed you or lied to you. And then what comes up with that? That can bring up anger and feelings of abandonment and all kinds of emotional triggers. But what it's really doing is having you question your self worth. So then what do we need to do? We need to increase our self-love and our self-worth. And how do we do that? Right? We do that in a couple different ways. We do that by increasing our self-compassion. Like, give yourself a break, be gentle with yourself around it all. We are emotional human beings. Human beings are emotional. But there's a way to harness our emotions and tame them in a way that it doesn't just take us out, right? That we don't automatically default to, I'm not worthy, but instead we default to, I am worthy. But you have to build that. It's like building a muscle. Your self-worth, self-love, self-compassion, when we build that, creates self-confidence and self-esteem. Now, there are ways to do that. And first and foremost is getting to that root cause of what's going on here, what is causing our self worth and self love to be questioned. And when we can get to that, we can then start to peel back those layers of the onion and do the things that help us build, such as affirmations, positive affirmations. Okay. More gentle love for ourselves. Again, that self compassion, being gentle of, it's okay. I might not be at fault here, and also taking responsibility for what may or may not have happened in an interaction with someone. Okay. Now, I find women over 40, this has been difficult because you've been dealing with it for decades. Usually, if we have still a sense of low self worth or low self love for oneself, like you're really hard on yourself, that can come from a people pleasing aspect. And that can have started in childhood from whatever sort of trauma there was, or event that happened. And you've brought it with you. You brought it with you through life. And now it's time. You're like, I'm over this, right? Like, I'm so hard on myself. I beat myself up. It's time to give yourself a hug and give yourself the self love and self worth that you deserve, right? Often in a people pleasing mode, we give every part of our love to somebody on the outside, hoping that they'll give it back. When in actuality, it has to be a two-way street. You've got to have a strong self love and self worth to have confidence to move through life, to be able to get through the anxious and overwhelming moments in life, to be able to open up our blinders to see more joy and happiness in our life. Okay. Now, this is the work that I do with my clients in my Heal Your Story method. Okay. It involves and you've got to like calm your nervous system to be able to do any of it. Right. So, this is the work I do. I help people self regulate their nervous system so that they can get to that root cause and begin to calm the nervous system to tame the emotional triggers that are causing these feelings of low self worth, low self love. Okay, so starting to make sense a little bit here, right? And then once we start to understand the emotions that keep throwing us out. It's about healing those emotions. Okay. So, healing the emotion, but first, finding the trigger, healing the emotion, and then doing all of the things to help you calm your nervous system to be able to give yourself that self love and self worth that you deserve. Like moving through life every day with a big hug for yourself. Wouldn't that feel amazing? Yes. Like the old adage says, right? You have to love yourself first before you can love anyone else. You can't pour from an empty cup. This is all where this comes from. Okay. So, how to build self love and self worth after age 40 really is about finding the trigger first. If you want help with that, in the discussion below or somewhere in the comments, there will be a link to my Work With Me page, and you can kind of check it out and see the work that I do, watch other videos, follow me on social, and we'll do this work together, right? It's not just one thing, it's an active involvement of yourself. Affirmations, meditation, calming of the nervous system, getting out, getting exercise, communing with nature, being more positive in situations, self-awareness of who you are. And that can be a whole layer of itself, to self-awareness, so that you can stop with the blinders, open yourself up to joy, love, and happiness in life. All right. If you found this video at all helpful, or now you are curious about how to implement any of these things, or take it a little further, or go down that tunnel to get to the root cause of your low self-worth and self-love, then I would love to help you. Okay? Because everybody needs a boost in their self-love and self-worth. Okay. Bye for now. See you next video.